Now prove that the area of the rectangle is 50 units square. So to do that, first of all, the rectangle is A, B, C, D. So one thing you know is that all the angles of the rectangle are 90 degrees. So if we let this angle at C to be angle phi, then you see we have triangle CBF to be a right angled triangle. So there we can use the trigonometric ratios. If we have triangle BCF, it is a right angle triangle. So if you use the cosine ratio, cos of angle alpha will be adjacent, which is side BC, adjacent, which is BC, over hypotenuse, which is given as FC. So if you substitute that, the size of BC is just BC, that is unknown, over FC, we've been given to be 10. Now we found cos phi. Now, for you to get the area of the rectangle, it will be length times width. So the area will be length times width. So what is the length? The length is the side BC, then times the width is the side DC. You can see the width is the side DC, which is the radius of the semicircle. So if you look at that semicircle, it means the radius is the side DC. The width is the DC, which is the same as R, the radius of the semicircle. So for us to get the area, all we need to find is the side BC. So how do we get the size of the side BC? In that case, we will use the property that the diameter subtends an angle of 90 degrees at the circumference. So if we join point F, let me use a straight line there. If we join point F to point G, because line GC is the diameter, so it means the whole length GC is the diameter, and the diameter is twice the radius. So the diameter is twice the radius. That means the length GC. That means the length GC. That means the length GC is equals to what? The length GC is 2R. It is the diameter, because diameter is twice the radius. So the length GC is 2R. Now, the diameter subtends an angle of 90 degrees at the circumference, meaning this angle at F is 90 degrees. So we have another triangle. We have another triangle GFC. So we have triangle GFC. Now, given triangle GFC, if you now use cos alpha, what will we get to be cos alpha? Cos alpha will be adjacent side, which is FC, over the hypotenuse side, which is GC. So you see, from G to C is the longest side, because 90 degrees is here, meaning the side FG is the opposite of that given triangle. So if you substitute, FC is given to be 10 centimeter, and GC is the diameter, which is 2R. So we found cos alpha to be 10 over 2 over twice the radius. Now, when we now go back to the area, that one we found, the other part we found cos phi was BC over 10. So we have two equations of cos phi. So if we equate the two equations, we will find BC over 10 is equals to 10 over 2R. It's equals to 10 over 2R. So if you cross multiply, you will get BC to be That will implies the side BC will be 10 times 10 divided by 2r will be 50 over r. Now if you go back to the area, remember we found the area was BC. The area was given as BC times r, and BC we found is 50 over r, then times r, and r is just r. So here r will cancel with r, we remain with area to be 50, and that is how to solve that case.